Thank you very much for the interview already. The Dutch government yesterday decided to go to send Dutch trainers and military to Kunduz. What do you think about it?
Well, thank you for your interest in this issue and coming to the Afghanistan Embassy. Before answering your question, let me extend the gratitude of the government and the people of Afghanistan to the people and government of Netherlands for their generous support to the Afghanistan through these years. On the decision of the Netherlands government to send the trainers, police trainers to Kunduz, we are fully supported. We are welcoming this decision. I think it is a very right decision because, as you know, according to the decisions of London Conference, Kabul Processing Conference, and the Lisbon, the Afghanistan has to take the full responsibility of security of Afghanistan in 2014, and this is the first right step toward attaining this goal.
Yeah. But why should the Dutch do this in Kunduz, you think?
Kunduz is one of the important provinces in Afghanistan. It is a place where the contingent forces of Federal Republic of Germany is there. And the reason that to train the police in a province is this, that the police, in addition to training in a classroom, should have a field experience as well. And Kunduz is one of the provinces that our police officers can get a better field training over there.
And you think the Dutch will, the Dutch have some experience, of course, in Uruzgan province and also in Kabul with training of police?
Well, definitely the Dutch police officers and the trainers, first of all, they are really high qualified trainers. They have been received very good training in Netherlands. So then, in addition to that, they have experience, as you said, in Uruzgan, which will help them a lot to have a better results in training the Afghan police in all provinces of Afghanistan. But now that it's decided that they should go to Kunduz, of course, it will help them to train the police officers in Kunduz as well.
On the other hand, the Dutch public is very critical about this new mission, and also Dutch political parties are very critical. What would you like to say to them?
My appeal and my request to the Dutch people and to the political parties is this, that they should support their government. Their government has taken a right decision, they are on the right path, and they deserve the support of their people. The reasons that the international forces came to the support of Afghanistan to fight Al-Qaeda in the terrorism in Afghanistan, despite of all the achievement in Afghanistan, it still has not totally been removed, and still there are threats there, and this requires the international community, and among them, the government of Netherlands should continue to support the Afghanistan in general, in the reconstruction, and also in the security area, because if we would like to enable Afghanistan to take care of the security issues of Afghanistan in 2014. Therefore, we have to train the police, we have to train the National Army to be capable to do this job in the most successful way.
On the other hand, this war is continuing already for 9 years. It doesn't look there will be an end to it. There's no solution yet. So why again sending military to this endless war?
No, we are very positive about there will be an end to this war. We are quite sure that the terrorists and or disrupting the peace will be defeated eventually. But we have to know the reason that the success not in hand in a short time has many other factors that is beyond the borders of Afghanistan. And we have to tackle both of them parallel. We have to support the Afghanistan security forces, train them and equip them. But at the same time, those factors which are extremely important and it is beyond the borders of Afghanistan should be also addressed at the same time to succeed. Otherwise, whatever we do in Afghanistan alone and not addressing the issues which is beyond our borders, would not help us to get the results the way we want and with the speed that we want. And also, we see that there are problems in the world that takes time. And Afghanistan is a country which was totally ruined. Building a country which had nothing in existence, no administration, no police force, no security force, cannot be done in few years.
Do you think the West is too much in a hurry? And let's say the Western public maybe is too much in a hurry?
Well, they are entitled of their opinion. I think they need more information. And in Netherlands, I will be very happy that through press conferences, through going to the universities, through the town hall meeting, provide more meetings about the achievements that have taken place in Afghanistan. The international community support of Afghanistan has not been a waste. It has changed the life of millions of Afghans in Afghanistan. And we have a lot of success in many areas, you know. In 2001, probably there were not only 2,000 girls were going to school. Now there are more than 3 million girls are going to school. There are nearly more than 6 million boys are going to school. We have universities, we have TVs, we have free press, we have our parliament, we have a constitution. Many roads has been built, many bridges has been repaired. The electricity is now in most major cities of Afghanistan. There are a number of buildings have been built. So there are too many achievements, but we need to inform the people, to convince them that international support has been effective, and its continuation will help Afghanistan to build a prosperous and stable society.
But on the other hand, of course, there are achievements, but people here in the West, they also see, well, there's a corrupt government, there are warlords in the country, the police is in many places corrupt. So why should we send our young soldiers to that country, take enormous risks, spend a lot of money there as Dutch taxpayers? Why should we do it?
As you know, the government of Afghanistan is resolutely fighting against corruption. Only recently the president signed a decree of formation of a committee which is composed of 3 internationals and 3 Afghan experts to join working together to investigate the big projects and how the money of the international community and the development budget are spent. But at the same time, corruption exists everywhere. We do not want to say that because corruption exists everywhere, we will not do anything about it. As I said, we have a special office for it, we have a special tribunal for it, and all our ministers are doing their best to handle any issues which will result to corruption and do their best. It's not that nothing has been done about it. And as you said, money, there are not many corrupt police officers, there are not many corrupt officials. A few number of corrupt officials have been there, but the government is trying to tackle this issue. And one of the reasons that we would like to have a good police force is this, that among other things, train them how to do their job, is also to inform them about how they should tackle corruption, how they should defeat corruption, how they should defeat corruption in other areas outside of their own police activities. This also requires training, this also requires awareness, which we are trying to achieve.
Yeah, and also let's say training in rule of law, for instance.
The training rule of law, thank you very much for the support that we have been receiving from many governments, including the government of Holland. We have been improving a lot. Now we have more judges, more attorneys, more police officers, that they are more aware about their responsibility, about respecting the right of accused, respecting the right of the prisoners, treating prisoners based on the accepted standards. And also, this training will help them how to tackle the corruption which exists or might exist in some areas.
If you talk about all these problems of your country, then it will maybe take another 40, 50, 60 years maybe?
Well, I'm not a pessimistic to say give it 40 or 50. We are hoping to tackle these issues in a much speedier manner. But the most important is this is the will of the government, the will of the leadership, and the will of President, which he is determined, and the government is determined to fight all ills which exist in the society, whether it's corruption or anything else. I mean, when there is a will, there is a way to succeed.
You are the first ambassador here to the Netherlands.
Yes, I am. And I'm very happy to be here. And my job is this to further strengthen the friendly relationship which exists between our countries. As I mentioned earlier, we are very grateful for the support the government of Netherlands has provided to us through these years. We think that these assistance are needed in a few more years to come, and I would like to ask the great people of the Netherlands to support their government in their efforts to help Afghanistan, not only in this police mission, but especially on the reconstruction of Afghanistan. You know that if people have decent job, decent income, and if they will be very much encouraged to go on with their normal life. They will not be going to support the insurgents or those they are on the wrong side of the law.
What do you hope to achieve this coming years as ambassador here in The Hague?
The further assistance of the government and people of Netherlands, helping to strengthen our relationship, trying to help the people of Netherlands to be aware of what's happening in Afghanistan, try to explain to them the achievement that the government has done so far, and try to share with them the challenges that we are facing in our efforts to build our country, to become a prosperous and stable country, not only to the interest of Afghanistan, but to the interest of the region and a wider world.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, and thank you for the interest of your TV, and I hope you will have other time to discuss matters related to Afghanistan.